Hey Creative Souls, my name's Johnny and thanks for tuning in. I'm really happy that you're here. I am a published fiction writer and a retired adjunct writing professor. For 20 years, I helped reluctant college students get words on the page. Now, I help people write books and I teach screenwriting and fiction writing to adults in custody. I'm new here on YouTube and I embrace the notion of energetic reciprocity. So, if anything I say resonates with you, if you like my content, I would really appreciate it if you would like, share, and subscribe. Because obviously, the more I grow my channel, the more I can continue my quest to reach more people and heal the world through story. Because I believe I am here to heal the world through story, whether it's the ones that I write and tell or the ones I help you write and tell. So I posted a recent video about some of the content from the first module of a course that I have just reimagined and reconstructed. And it's called Conjuring Clarity, Everything You Need to Know, Believe, and Do to Write Your Novel. And so the reason I've re-envisioned it is because I created this course a couple of years ago. At that time, created it to cater to all kinds of books, novels, memoir, and nonfiction self-help. And I'm very happy to say that I've recently re-envisioned it to focus only on novels because that's really my first love and where I intend to put my focus from here on out. And in that first module, I talked about the first steps. So if you haven't seen it, go check it out. And I wanted to talk in this video about some of the content that's in the second module. But before that, I want to read a quote to you by Ursula Le Guin. Here's what she says. I don't believe that a writer takes into the head an idea, some sort of mental object from somewhere, and then turns it into words and writes them on paper. At least in my experience, it doesn't work that way. The stuff has to be transformed into oneself. It has to be composted before it can grow into a story. And I think that is so true. So the second module really is not shaped around this quote, but really kind of caters to this quote, I guess. And this idea that, we just get this idea and then we put it on paper. There's a lot more that has to happen before that can happen, right? And so in the second module, we talk about mindset and commitment. And I'll explain a little more about what I mean by that. I think so much of writing is mindset. And of course, we have to know craft and all of that. But what good is craft if we have a mindset that interferes with the writing? We just don't get anywhere. And so anybody can learn craft. I believe that. But I think there's something very special about a writer's mindset. And so in Module 2, we get to this. We talk about what a writer's mindset looks like. And, we hear a lot these days about abundance and scarcity mindsets, and it applies to writing as well. And so what I do is walk people through a process and help them sort out what kind of mindset they have about themselves and about their writing. And again, people, when I've taught this in the past, people have been very surprised when they have gone through this process and sorted out what's going on in their minds. One thing that happens is, we all do this. We all carry voices in our heads. And oftentimes they don't belong to us. They come from our parents, our teachers, from long, long ago. And they might come from our friends who maybe mean well, maybe don't. And these are voices that tell us we can't write a novel. We shouldn't write a novel. We shouldn't write about this or that topic because it's too shameful. And so many of us have these voices in our heads that just get in the way of our self-expression. And like I've said over and over, if you have this impulse to write a novel, I think it's imperative that you do it because it's your life force wanting to come up out of you and be expressed. And when you tamp it down because of these voices in your head that don't even belong to you, you're doing yourself a disservice, and I think you're harming yourself. I'm very, very passionate about this, and I would love to help as many people as I can write novels who want to do it, because I don't think there can ever be too many stories in the world. I just don't. So we look at mindset we look at voices. So think about, what do you tell yourself, about writing a novel? Start to think about those. See how many of them you actually believe. And I don't mean on like a cognitive level. I mean deep down in your heart and soul. Do you truly believe these voices in your head that are telling you you can't do this? All right? So that's a part of Module 2. And again, as with Module 1, there are worksheets and guides that walk you through a process. Another part of this is then the commitment to writing. With this, I have a process that I take people through, and we do some writing around this, and we write these very particular kinds of letters to kind of eradicate the voices and get really clear about what it is we want to accomplish. Then part of the commitment is having a commitment ceremony. To some people, I know that sounds a little cheesy and maybe unnecessary, but you wouldn't believe how powerful it is when people actually do this. It's like making a commitment to someone that you care about and that you want to have a life with. And I think making a commitment to our writing is just as important. Those are my tips from Module 2. So I hope you'll take a moment and think about the voices in your head and really make a commitment to your writing practice so that you can write your novel. All right? If you're interested in the course, there will be a card at the end of this that will tell you how you can get more information about it. And I will say that I am offering it right now this week of November 13th through the 17th as a special invitation. And this is kind of to get some feedback on it, to be honest, before I launch it officially in January. And I'm offering it at a special half price. So for right now, it's $188. That's the official price in January. Right now, it's $94, so it's half price. And I have a 2-payment option. So if you're at all interested, please take a look, and I'd love to see you there if you're interested. If you can't do it right now, no pressure at all. But I hope some of the tips that I've given in this video are a help to you. All right? So as always, I send you mad writing mojo. Happy writing.